Well, g'day and welcome to Las Vegas Forward Drive Time. Today's lesson is really about, I guess Stephen Covey wrote about the 7 habits of highly effective people. James Clear wrote about habits. We hear about habits a lot in teachings, but I'm not sure I like the word habits when it comes to that. It seems like habits are a little more reactive than proactive. I like to think of stuff as proactive. How can we be proactive in our approach to our success? How can we be proactive? You know, at the start of, I remember sort of in about 2 months into COVID thinking, am I going to come out of this thing fitter or fatter? Am I going to, how am I going to come through this thing? And it's almost every year you want to think about how you're going to go for the year. And so the biggest challenge, I guess, for all of us in making a decision around success is actually to just make that decision around success. For your business, are you going to get more leads this month than you did last month? Are you going to get more sales this month than last month? And if you create that goal, and you remember the formula, which we go through quite extensively in 30X Life, the formula of dream, goal, learn, plan, act. Once you set the goal, then you got to do the learning. And if today's lesson is about anything, it's about daily learning. It's about daily improving our knowledge. It's about daily working on ourselves, about every day getting better. And so when I talk about bitter or better, it's really a challenge to consistently think of how we get better every day, how you can get better today. Like, what can you do today to make yourself better than you were yesterday? What can you do today to make your business better than it was yesterday? What can you do today to make your relationships, your health, your finances, your wealth? What can you do right now, here today, that will improve you? Because as my great mentor Jim Rohn said, work harder on yourself than you do on your job. So let's go back to this fundamental thinking. Our goal is to get better, but better for what? Better to go where? So we set the goal and then we do the learning. So our goal is X, double our business. Our goal is get healthier. Our goal is whatever the goal is, and from that goal it determines our learning factor. So if you sit down and start to think, am I proactive in my learning? Am I planning my learning based on where I need to go, based on who I need to be in order to do the things I need to do, in order to have the experiences, the things, to reach the goals that I want to reach? And if you're not proactive in your learning, in other words, you don't plan your learning. That's like, I had a gentleman the other day, he just did the 30X Life Challenge with us, okay? And we were chatting about his experience of the 30X Life Challenge, changing his thought on what's possible for him. Because in his world, he thought his level of possibility was very low. All of a sudden now, he's changed his level of possibility. He's changed his thinking of what he can do. In other words, he's set new goals for himself, much bigger goals, much stronger goals. And by setting bigger and stronger goals, of course, what he's done now is changed his outlook on life. He's changed the way he approaches life. And one of the big things that I hope you get from Drive Time each time is that I expand your outlook on what's possible. I expand your outlook on what's capable of being achieved. Ultimately, when someone comes to me, Brad Sugars, when someone comes to ActionCOACH, one of the biggest challenges for us is making sure that we don't blow you up too fast. We got Australia in, it's either real early or real late for you down there, Luke, one or the other. So when we think about this ability to grow, I'm sure you've had people around you that tell you what's not possible. I'm sure you've had people around you that tell you what the limit to your possibility is. And, that's great, but remove yourself from as many of those people as you can. Start building that group around you of people that tell you what you can achieve, that tell you what you can do. One of the reasons I love what my foundation does is we educate young people on what's possible for them. When you get a 12-year-old, a 15-year-old, a 20-year-old building a dream chart, it changes that person forever. It changes them because just being given the permission to dream, because too many times we're told don't dream, And I remember a great Goethe couplet that said, never bring your dreams down to reality, for to set lowly goals is to cripple oneself from within. You know, in modern English, it basically means not dreaming is what kills most people's ability to achieve their dreams. You know, when you set a dream in your brain, when you set about it, Deepak Chopra said it best. He said, the seeds of desire bring about the ability to have. And what he basically meant from that is that if you have the desire, if you have the dream, if you have the want, if you have that in your brain, if you have that in your heart, when you put that out there, then it brings about the ability for that dream to become a reality type thing. You know, the greatest visionaries were really just dreamers. And are you dreaming or are you just doing type thing? And I sit back and I start to think of, you know, if Bill Gates hadn't have thought of a computer on every desk, if he had never thought of that, maybe someone else would have, maybe they wouldn't have. And look how it's changed the world sort of thing. That visionary level of thinking is what, you know, I would like you to be at. Where are you? When I sat down, oh goodness me, how many years ago? 29 years ago now, and wrote the vision for Action Coach of world abundance through business re-education, who knew where it would be? But the ripple effect of me sitting down and doing that, of dreaming massive, of going big, has been amazing. I look at the lives that have changed because some young Australian kid sat on the floor of a hotel in Auckland, New Zealand with a six-pack of beer and wrote that vision and said, this is what I want to achieve. This is what my life needs to be about. This is what my work needs to be. I want to leave a legacy greater than me. And so I sit and I think, and just today I've seen some of my Action Coach team winning awards across the world, not just for themselves, but for the work they're doing with their clients and their members. So dream massive, dream big, go for it, do what needs to be done for you to achieve the amazing things. But ultimately, it comes back to that choice. If I'm going to achieve amazing things, I need to learn, I need to grow. So what's your learning that needs to happen? You know, have you read all of my books? Have you done the 30X Wealth, 30X Life, 30X Biz? Have you studied the masters, the Jim Rohns, the Zig Ziglars? Have you studied the masters of personal growth, of personal achievement, of success? Have you studied the business masters, the wealth masters? You know, there's at least 1,000 books on the shelf that you want to get through it. As you grow, as you get better, life gets easier. Anyway, that's Drive Time for today. Please type in your top lesson. What was the number one thing you learned today? And please share this with those who you think need to, or share it with your entire network if you think that's who needs to be. Keep coming back, keep learning. Look forward to seeing you. Keep taking action. Bye for now.